And this is Dora and Cy, who we rented our first apartment from. All the people in the house, the young couples, were in this huge house, but we all had little apartments together
in Urbana.
in Urbana, Illinois. And
That
that
was, that, that was that
side,
was when you were in college.
that was when we were going to graduate school.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was in graduate school. Everybody was poor, so they couldn't afford anything else. Uh, there's Cy and Dora, and she was a character, but we all met at her house. And there were only two kids. There was Bob Jr., and then they had a little boy that was about 3 years old. But anyway, everybody thought he was adorable, including his mother. So I'm trying to get him to walk there a little bit. He was always wanting to walk. And that little stroller there actually had belonged to Carrie Ray. And my mother let me have it for Bob Jr., so he really enjoyed it. We had brought all of our equipment, which consisted of the playpen, and this is the calendar's little boy. And I don't remember what his name was. I think it was Chuck. But anyway, he was a little bit over. He's about 2.5 there. And this is Connie, another girl that she and her husband was in the house walking with Dora. And these are the other couples that were there. And so
But this was like a reunion.
it was a reunion of all the couples together. And of course, Cy and Dora were the middle of the whole pack, and they made everybody feel at home. So that's why it was done at there. We took this ferry across the river, the Ohio River, from southern Illinois to uh, Kentucky, and then from Kentucky we went to Kentucky Lake, where we did our camping trip. That's our first camping trip ever in 1960. We took Bob Jr. and we took the playpen along. That's what he slept in the whole time we were gone. And so uh, we were playing with him, and he just laughed and laughed. And then we had our camper stove here, and that's what I was cooking on. But we lived in our swimming trunks while we were at Kentucky Lake because that's the first place Bob ever went swimming. Um, and I don't know what I'm feeding him there, but looks like it might be a chicken bone or something. Something you don't do for babies now when they're 6 months old. But he enjoyed sucking on it. It was Bob's first boat ride when he was 6 months old. Do you think that's where he got the love of boating on Nolian?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're going on Kentucky Lake on a boat, and Dad and me and Bob Jr. and he wasn't even wearing. None of us were even wearing life jackets. And this is the shore at Kentucky Lake, and we see that every time we go down.
It's still there.
I know it's still there, but we had Bob and we were playing with him, and he was just kicking and kicking. Loved that water. But that was at Kentucky Lake, and that's his first swimming experience. Of course, I had my hands under him and wouldn't let go anyway, but I mean, there he is swimming. And Dad was taking the video, so we took turns, and he was holding him there, getting a kick out of him. But he really liked that water. And we had a little yellow rubber ducky
Mm-hmm.
that he just, he really liked to follow that rubber ducky. He thought that was the greatest. Very simple back in those days, right? But that was his first experience. And that was our camper van. We had a little Volkswagen and a tent. And so Bob spent the night with us in that tent for the first time.